Oakland County has announced plans to revitalize downtown Pontiac and return some county offices to the downtown area.
The county announced it wants to buy the Ottawa Tower, the former GM building, and the Phoenix Center parking garage. They would then use the space for commercial projects and to bring in small businesses.
The project comes with a price tag of more than $100 million, with the demolition of the Phoenix Center taking up most of that money.
Joining us now to tell us more about this is Pontiac Mayor Jim Greimel. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
Well, thank you so much, Shana. It's great to be with both you and Jeff, and we're really excited about this proposed investment by Oakland County in the heart of our downtown. It is an exciting opportunity to bring hundreds of county employees to the heart of our downtown, which will certainly help with additional street traffic and walkability, but also making sure that we have more people downtown patronizing restaurants and retail outlets. So it's a huge potential boost for downtown Pontiac.
Sure. So the majority of this cost is demoing the Phoenix Center. That was built back in the 80s, and you have said that that was a mistake. Why do you think that?
Well, I think there have been a few historic harms to downtown that this opportunity at least presents the potential for correcting. Obviously, in order for anything to happen with the Phoenix Center, City Council will have to sign off on it, but it at least creates the possibility of reopening Saginaw Street in our downtown. It could allow for demolishing the existing Phoenix Center. We'd have to build a replacement parking deck to allow for that. But it really opens the opportunity to reconnect our downtown. When the Phoenix Center was built in the early 80s, it bifurcated our downtown, it divided the downtown with essentially a giant concrete parking structure, and it obstructed Saginaw Street in our downtown, which is the main street of Pontiac. And reopening Saginaw Street would help restore the integrity of our downtown. We could develop some surface level park space for performance venues and for more walkability, and we're really excited about the opportunities that it presents. The other dynamic is that under emergency management in the city a little over 10 years ago, the emergency managers allowed the parking structure to fall into very serious disrepair, and the estimated costs of repairing that parking deck are truly very, very large. And so this would help address what to do with that parking structure, which has fallen into very serious disrepair, and may, again, be able to not only open up Saginaw Street, our downtown, not only address the decrepit state of that parking structure, but also bring county employees back downtown to the heart of our city, where they were until they moved out to the far northwest periphery of the city back in the late 50s and early 60s. So it also addresses that historic disinvestment in downtown Pontiac that resulted from the county moving out to the periphery of the city.
There hasn't been a concert at that location in more than a decade, and things are falling apart. Why do you think it got to that point?
Well, it got to that point, I think, for a variety of reasons, some of which predated emergency management, but it really fell into disrepair under emergency management when the emergency managers in Pontiac intentionally closed the concert venue. They intentionally closed the parking decks to most parking. There's been a small portion of the parking decks that have been available for parking, but it was really neglect by emergency managers that led to that current decrepit state of that parking structure.
So to pull all of this off, it's an ambitious effort. The city would need some assistance from the state, correct?
Well, that's right. A lot of the pieces of this do require a substantial amount of funding from the state. And we at the city level, the county as well, have been talking with state legislators about providing that needed assistance so that we can make sure that this is done properly and that it really is the reinvestment in our downtown that we're looking for to create opportunities. And part of that is the possibility, the potential of reconnecting Saginaw Street, but also, to your point, Jeff, about the historic use of the top of the parking deck for concerts. We'd really like to see some surface level performance space in the form of public parks and public space so that we can have a really great state-of-the-art performance space in the heart of our downtown for holding events, for holding concerts, and to have that be street level where it's more at a pedestrian scale as opposed to being at the top of a decaying concrete parking garage, I think would be a real important enhancement to the quality of life downtown.
What is your confidence level in being able to not only pull this off, for this to also be successful?
Well, I think a pretty high confidence level. I would say cautiously optimistic, but certainly optimistic. Again, a key part of this is the funding from the state. I'm confident that we're going to get a substantial amount of funding, but the exact amount of funding has yet to be determined. I can tell you that the county has been a great partner, and they're certainly giving a lot of deference to what the city would like to see done here. They're giving a lot of deference to not just me, but to our city council as well. This is a collaborative effort that will involve all parties working together. And I can also share with you that legislators who have been talked with by the city and the county are pretty excited about this. They see the vision. They see what this would do to rejuvenate downtown Pontiac, and they're thrilled about the opportunity to invest in Pontiac, to bring county employees downtown, and to create a more walkable quality of life space in the heart of our downtown.
All right, well, if all of that is successful, I'm sure we will continue following this story as the project unfolds. We wish you good luck with that.
Well, thank you so much, Shana. Thank you, Jeff. Great to be with you both.
Thanks for coming in.
This is
Appreciate it.
Pontiac Mayor Jim Greimel. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Shana.